Good afternoon, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here. I'm here this afternoon because I want to do a code review for the code for this simulation, which is a Kaggle competition question. It's connect X, connect your checkers in a row before your opponent. And basically, what you're supposed to do is it's a simulation of the Connect 4 game, and I have played the Connect 4 game before, and it said right here, this is what Kaggle says: we're excited to announce a beta version of a brand new type of machine language competition called simulations. In simulation competitions, you'll compete against a set of rules rather than against an evaluation metric, and then you have to enter it, you have to accept the rules, and you have to create a Python submission file that can play against a computer or another user. And they give you the challenge. The challenge is like a Connect 4 game, and it gives you the background history, and it says, how is this competition different? It says, instead of submitting a CSV file or a Kaggle notebook, you will submit a Python py file. More submission options are in development. You'll also notice that the leaderboard is not based on how accurate your model is, but rather how well you've performed against other users. And then they said, we'd love your feedback. So if we come over here to Connect X, then we can come over here to my submissions, and I submitted once. Now my initial score was 600, and I did actually play it, but now they're saying I'm 610. So what you can do is you can view it, and it lets you view it. So it says I'm playing against a Stonewall Monroe. So 8 minutes ago I played against myself. 5 minutes ago I played against Stonewall Monroe, and now I'll play against myself again. And you can see that I played against myself. So I don't know what he's doing, but we'll try it again. We'll try to do it again. So we start to replay. So anyway, so that's, it said I lost at 7:05, and Zhu Yu Hao won at 7:30. So I'll close it. So now it says, 3 minutes ago I played against that person. So we'll close it. And then what I'll do is I'll actually look at my score. My score is 610.9. But now we can actually look at the code, because that's normally what we look at, is actually the code. So what I'm going to do, before we go over the code, I'll show you the data, because when you run the code, then you get data, and then you have to submit the data to Kaggle, and Kaggle plays the game. But in this particular simulation, you're only allowed to submit 1 game a day, or submit 2 games a day, no more than 2. So now what we'll do is we'll actually do the code review, which is what I normally do, is a code review. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to install Kaggle environment less than or equal to 0.1.6, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to import our libraries. So import inspect, import OS, from Kaggle environments, import evaluate, make utils. So env equals make, connect X, debug equals true, env.render. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to make a function to randomly create an agent. So def my agent observation configuration from random import choice, return choice, and then it says C for C in range configuration dot columns if observation dot board C equals 0. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a function to write to file, and it's going to be import inspect, import OS, def write agent to file, function, comma, file, with open file A if os.path.exist file, else WSF. Write function f.write inspect get source function, print function, comma, written to file, write agent to file, my agent submission.py. So there's your submission.py. And if you go over to data, and data, this is your actual submission.py, and this is what you're going to submit. So now that I've done this code review, I have to let you know that I personally haven't written the code. I'm very new to simulations and I'm very new to reinforcement learning, so I'm trying very hard to learn it. But what I did was I was watching a YouTube video called Learn Data Science by Doing Kaggle Competitions, Connect X, and in this YouTube video they gave that code. They said that it was very good code. They said that you could run that code and it would work. And it was a very small piece of code, and I was very surprised that a small piece of code would work. But this is actually random. The code that we chose was random, but there are other types of code that you can use, but I just selected the one that they gave us in the video. And the type of code that you can use is random, which is what we've just covered, one step look ahead, minimax, negamax, reinforcement learning, open book, and perfect GAM. So that's the code that you can use to actually run this program. But I just did random, which is the easiest piece of code. So I think I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video because I've done the code review and I've told you where I got the code, and I'm now on Connect X, which is fantastic for me because I'm getting started doing simulations and I'm getting started doing something else in data science. So I will be putting this code in my YouTube video review, but you'll also see it on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you like my channel, please like, subscribe, and share, and I look forward to making more videos with you in the future.